Commissioner Cervantes, Commissioner G, Commissioner Osoroff,
Present.
Vice Chair Watson is absent, and Chair Donald. We actually have one person joining us on Zoom.
I understand you want me to speak.
If you have a public comment, we'd be glad to hear it right now.
No public comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's move right to the approval of the minutes from the previous meeting on December 12th. Were there any notes or changes? No. Okay, can we have a roll call to approve the minutes of the December 12th meeting?
I'll move to approve those.
And can we have a second? Oh, let's stand by for a minute while Commissioner Watson joins us. So please note that Commissioner Watson has joined us. And while you get settled, Vice Chair, we were just about to take a vote on the minutes from the previous meeting. Did you have any edits or objections to it? Okay. We have a motion and a second. Can we take a roll call vote?
Commissioner Cervantes, Commissioner G, Commissioner Osoroff,
Yes.
Vice Chair Watson,
Yes.
and Chair Donnelly.
Yes, minutes are approved. So let's look at our single agenda item today, which is the work plan draft that we discussed last month. If you go into your packet, you'll see that we have a, oh, is that not included here? Actually, Lieutenant, do you have the month-by-month breakdown of the work plan?
I do, sir.
Okay, oh, there we go. So looking through the timeline, there's a topic for each month. Some of the things we discussed last meeting were school safety, which you'll see here is on the agenda for September. Is there anything else that we would like to include that is not listed here?
I would like to, don't know if the update of the mobile crisis unit reports on this, but a report on the work with the homeless outreach.
Yeah, that's a good question. Update on mobile crisis unit. Yeah, so if you look out to the end. Yeah, so there's two things. There's the police department's HOPE program, and then the mobile crisis unit is the new San Gabriel Valley response team. That we know that they've begun work, but it'd be good to know more about what they're doing.
I have a comment too on that. It's not on the outreach program, but I have heard from several folks that this is regards the turn that we have when Revelia turns into Fair Oaks. I had a lot of people tell me that, boy, is that there, it is so dangerous. People feel that they can turn from the furthest left lane all the way to the right lane. The one that I guess is supposed to turn into Fair Oaks, going west south, and or to the freeway or in the middle. And then what they do is they just clip the lane that is closest to the sidewalk. And it makes for such a dangerous situation. People show absolutely no respect. I don't know if the signs could be laid out better, but the way I understand what I've been told is that whenever you're there, you put your life in your hands because you don't know how, if you're going to make it, how you're going to make it, because it's such a dangerous place. It's a dangerous way that thing is laid out. And I would like to address that if the, what you call the public works or whoever is in charge of the design, if something better could be done, because that is just absolutely horrendous. And also some other people had brought to my attention that to this day, they are not crazy about the bulb outs, that they are such a nuisance. It might be great for the merchants, but they are horrible for the people that are driving, trying to make a turn, especially as it gets close to a turn where part of it is the sidewalk has been extended and they just run into it. So that's another issue I would like to see addressed by either Public Works or whoever is in charge of that what's called area.
So could we put that under the umbrella of traffic safety for all those things?
I think so, as long as it covers these two items, that I would be in agreement with that.
Okay.
I would like to discuss mobilization of volunteers. I don't think we have a good plan for how to outreach to the community on many of these topics.
Yeah, I think that there's been discussion previously about how to implement the CERT program, and that discussion probably fits right in with that topic, even if it does overlap outside of CERT specific. In terms of traffic safety, do we want to add that as a topic that's discussed specifically, or is that an ongoing conversation?
I think we might have some tension though between our work and the work of the other commission, the public, was it Mobility and Transportation Commission, which I Yes, think sir. addresses more of those traffic safety issues. So I don't know if that we can do that within our purview,
Okay.
or maybe there's a way for us to kind of collaborate or
Yeah, I mean,
share.
I think you're right in terms of traffic engineering. That's probably Public Works in terms of traffic enforcement.
Yeah, right,
how it
right. So
falls.
there's some overlap
There
there.
is.
I don't know if that's
Okay. Allison, are we voting to approve the work plan today, or is this just a discussion approvals in February?
If the commission is ready to approve the work plan, you are able to make a motion and vote on it with or without any amendments. In terms of a specific traffic intersection, it would probably be most advantageous for us to pass that information on to Public Works. The MTIC commission would be the proper body to review the item, but it could potentially be brought here as an information item for the commission to discuss as well.
Okay.
Would likely mostly be solely an information item though, of the decision making.
Right, okay.
I'm sorry, but what I disagree with what you say, because as I feel this is an issue of public safety. When you are making that turn, you're putting your safety on the line. This is something that happens over and over and over. And by people reaching to me and asking me, please try to do something, I feel that the end result of what me bringing this up is just saying, it's not my department. I'm not going to do it. And I'm sorry, but I have a way to see that once you pass an issue to somebody else, it gets totally diluted and it just gets lost. it becomes less of an issue or becomes a non-issue. And I feel that as a public safety commissioner, it's my duty to see of the safety of the people in South Pasadena. I think that falls under our, what you call, jurisdiction. It's not something that we say, oh, well, it's not my job, pass it on to the next one. And the next one is going to say, but what, this is a well laid out plan. Look, it looks really great in paper. You can see how the traffic flows. No, it doesn't. It is a public hazard. And it happens day after day after day. And this is totally not acceptable.
Yes, sir, understood. Just so you know, Public Works is an integral part of traffic engineering and roadway design. Public Works is not the staff liaison for this commission. This commission handles the operations of police and fire, just so you have an understanding. While police and fire are absolutely involved in public safety in all matters, including roadway safety, roadway design would be solely Public Works.
Would it be appropriate to form a subcommittee? Maybe one of our commissioners could sit on it with the Public Works in conjunction to discuss specifics.
I think that go ahead.
I think this issue was brought up in October, which was great. And Chief Slinsky said that there is work that is happening right now within that department regarding this subject. So I don't know if there needs to be a co-lead. Maybe it's just a report to, maybe it's just some type of understanding, because there is work that is already being done in this, at that intersection.
Okay.
So maybe it's just figuring out what that work is.
Okay. I want to make sure that we address the work plan, but clearly this is a subject that we need to pay more attention to. It is a public safety issue, especially surrounding the schools. So I would propose that we look at the work plan as proposed, and then in preparation for next month's meeting, we possibly approach the MTIC commission and see if there is the interest in a subcommittee between the two commissions that would be able to discuss both enforcement and engineering with Public Works, if that would be okay to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of, we'll note that in the minutes that next month we want to have a discussion, and leading up to the meeting next month is coordinate with the MTIC commission and see if there's interest there in a joint effort to look at the overview of both engineering and enforcement, so that we're providing the public with the addressing safety issues as well as the way that it's designed, engineered, as well as enforced. So in terms of including that in the work plan, then I think that's a separate issue. As the work plan is proposed, do we have a motion to approve?
I motion that we approve the work plan as proposed.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, let's take a roll call vote on approving the work plan for this year.
Commissioner Cervantes, Commissioner G, Commissioner Osoroff,
Yes.
Vice Chair Watson,
Yes.
and Chair Donnelly.
Yes. In terms of the proper protocol for reaching out to the other commission, can we work on that after the meeting, or is that something that we address now?
We will reach out to Public Works staff this week. I believe that their next meeting is on the 17th, so I'm not sure what their agenda looks like at this time, so it may or may not be able to be agendized for this month,
Sure.
but we could let them know for February's meeting.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is an ongoing discussion, so there's no need to rush into it, but we should take action. Okay, great. I don't think that we have our city council liaison with us today. So let's move right to staff liaison communications. We have Lieutenant Jacobs with us today.
Good morning, Commissioners, Chair Donnelly. I just wanted to bring up a couple of things that's ongoing. As you know, today the schools are open, so we have our units out on extra patrols around all the schools. We have traffic enforcement out as well. Our parking control officers are out as well. So we have a full staff at all the schools currently. And we'll continue that this afternoon and for the next few days as the school starts back into its process. On a lighter note, I'd like to bring up this Saturday, January 14th at 10 a.m. There will be coffee with the chief, and we'll be having that. Oh, it's postponed. Sorry, I wasn't aware of that. It was going to be January 14th. We had to postpone that due to rain, so we haven't as yet rescheduled it. And that's it for staff comment.
Great. So let's go to Commissioner Communications. Commissioner Osseroff, would you like to start?
I don't know that I have anything to offer other than Happy New Year to everybody. Looking forward to the year. I did have a question, and I don't know if this is something that any of the staff can answer, but do we have a sense, or maybe Chair Donnelly, you have a sense of our commission staffing and where we are with that?
Nothing to report right now.
Okay.
I know that there was a nominee that was being considered in December.
Okay.
I don't know if, since Mayor Primuth has taken office, if he's considering other candidates as well. So we don't have anyone lined up right now. No one's been sworn in for sure.
Right.
But I would expect that by next meeting we should have, I would hope, 2 new commissioners.
Awesome. Great. Thank you.
Commissioner G.
Thank you. My plan is to talk to the PTA council to find out what issues are of concern to them, and I'll report back at a future time.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Cervantes? Nothing? Vice Chair Watson?
No, nothing to report.
Happy New Year. Since our last meeting in December, the ad hoc committee that was looking at the consultants for the police department assessment have met several times. In the 3rd week of December, we had a meeting with 2 candidates that we had identified as the 2 most likely to meet the proposal that we had put forth. We interviewed both of them and selected the final candidate on January 18th. That proposal will be presented to City Council for their approval. So pending their approval, we should be moving forward quickly into January and February to begin work on the assessment, with the goal of having it completed and presented by June 30th. I think that that's all I have this month. This may be the shortest Public Safety Commission meeting of all time. Do we have a public comment that we missed? Okay, let's hear them now.
Yes, I do have one public comment, and that is a request that at some future date, well, 2, please put me on the mailing list. I'll try to send an email to the correct person to request receipt of the agenda packet and mailing list. But the other thing I want to mention is, can we consider having training for, in addition to CERT training on dealing with health emergencies such as diabetic episodes, epilepsy, and similar things, so that more people are prepared for putting in assistance while waiting for EMTs to arrive.
Okay, thank you, Yvonne. We'll look into getting you added to the mailing list. The agenda packet should be posted on the website, though. And thank you for your comment. Always good to hear your voice.
Thank you.
Okay, do we have anything else today? Okay.
I do.
Oh, Commissioner G would like to say something.
Yes, in response to that public comment, I think that as a medical professional, learning about how to manage diabetes and seizures can be very complicated. And I think that those in the lay community who are interested should, we have to talk to our local hospitals and see if anybody would be willing to do more advanced training.
So this would be advanced first aid response training.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for that perspective. If there's nothing further, let's adjourn the meeting. It is 8:55. Happy New Year, everyone. So if we do a subcommittee